Rồi thì cái này là cái hướng dẫn quickly how to set up the Obsidian and the Claude. Um, thì trước khi mà xài cái Obsidian và Claude thì có một vài cái nguyên tắc khi mà sử dụng cái AI for research. Nhất là không có don't treat AI your teachers, treat it like your student. Okay, does that mean that we have to train it before using it? The second problem is that the AI answer is not consistent. Khi mình ask a question thì sometimes it is usually go to the internet check for the answers, but the answer is like random. It's not always the same. So, and also sometimes depend on the prompt, the context you give it, sometimes you get different answers. So maybe the answer you can keep asking a couple of times and then you get different results. So, by the way, the answer can be improved over time if you add more context and prompt to it. And the next principle is that the AI doesn't have good memory. So, yeah, you add a question today, and then come back and ask the same question tomorrow, and they have no clue what it talked to you yesterday. So we need to write it to get some like a memory or some note. So that's the whole thing we need to do with for the Obsidians. And for the long-term research project, I recommend to ask the AI write out the important information you work on today, and then continue to build up over time. So make your node and its node into the library and to the database so that it can be used later, maybe a year later, to be able to have the access to it. And then the next problem is that this is more like suggestions. So don't ask AI work for you, but work with it. What does it mean? Like so you can use AI answer at the initial note, so get maybe some idea about the problems, but then you need to add up your thought in the notes. Initially, you don't need to create anything new or like perfect answers. Just writing what you understand, and maybe jot down some new questions. You don't have to write a question to ask and ask it immediately. Just write some question and leave there, and maybe we come back later. Because if you keep asking questions into the small detail, you're gonna lose the track what you really want to work it with. So just listen some couple questions right there, and then we come back later. But at least you have to write something, and you have to type yourself. So because when you type it, it's give you a second thought, and then trigger your brain to be an active learning. Many times I think it's the new things. I find it really like a new things, even to write out the same exact answers. And then if you just read and without any writing, it's just basically the passive learning, and you will kind of forget it in certain hours. All right, and then the last principle is that don't try to work in like a whole thing in one step, but work in hierarchies. So for long research, always make a study plan. Break it down into sub-goal for each month, and then sub-tasks for each week. And the AI is really good at this one. So we can start with some very like general questions. Like make me a study plan for the research of the problem in about 1 month, 2 months, and at the end I want to be able to do A, B, C, like D, like that. And then you're gonna iterate the study plan over time. Maybe at first week it's kind of very general, you don't know what to do, so just follow that for first week, and then after that you say, hey, I already got this problem B, C, D, and have these questions. Refine my study plan for the next week, and then you can keep doing so. Okay, so that's basically the 6 principle that we want to follow. And then the next thing you have to set it up. So because it's principle that we need 2 tools, right? The first one is for the node writers. So basically for you and AI write the node together. So we're going to use the Obsidians. Obsidian is just basically the software to write Markdown language. Markdown is kind of very simple text writer, just like regular text files. but the Obsidian is the tool that make it look beautiful. So some basic thing of how to write Markdown. So for example, you can starting with the headers, and then you put that and header one, for example, one, and then it's got that, and then you would 2 and then it's gonna go to level header 2, and so on, and 3 3 4 4 4, so like that. So it's a 4 level. So that one, and then you want to make it numerate, so you want 1 2 3 kind of things, and then you can do it like that, and then this one, and you type something, and 2 something, yeah. So basically that's the fourth, usually the thing that you want to do. And if you want to link different files together, you type 2 bracket, then it's gonna show you a list of the file in your folders. So maybe like that, and then you gotta go that, and then you can just click right here and then jump to another link. So that's basically the Markdown, what it do to Markdown. Very simple. Don't need to do anything kind of difficult setup at all. Okay, and then the agent, we can use any kind of agents, but in here we're gonna use Cloud Code. So the Cloud Code in here is a little different with the go to the website and accept the Cloud Code. Cloud Code in here is mean like you accept in the terminals. So you open the new terminal, and you just basically type Cloud, and then it's just open like the chat window for you. Yeah, and now you can ask whatever question. Hello, who are you, for example? Yeah. So then basically you open the chat right away in your terminal, not go into the website, so that you can give you the contact of the file that you want to work in. Okay. All right. So let's go back to let's go to exit it. Okay. So now let's go back to how to set up the Obsidians. Set up Obsidian is kind of gonna take you about 15 minutes. Just basically follow the tutorial. Yeah, I get 15 minutes and take you Obsidian. It's very good tutorial. So in order to make the Obsidian really work for our problems, I usually install the more plugins. So plugin is basically the tool that you want to do it. So you open the setting by a command commerce, and then you go to the community plugin. Make sure you turn on restriction mode so that you can borrow this, and then you can click here, and then they have a list of a plugin that people build that you just click which one you want to install. Here I installed the most common thing for my work. So for example, if you say maybe let's do some tasks, for example. Click, for example, you want to install it, and then after installing you gotta enable it. So whenever you enable it, then it's you ready to go. So for example, right here is an extra tool, and you can new drawing, and then you can draw it directly, diagram, everything within your Obsidian. So you need to open and you need to new tab. Okay. So here's the list that the plugin that I found really helpful for me. And one is the sub. So the sub is basically it allows you to set the website directly in your Obsidian. So right here, you can, what is this? Yeah, so maybe to B, and then type command B, type the command. No, you can do, sorry. You can write here and let's see. Wait. why the command bullet? So for example, let's say I have this folder, but it's annoying, so I can right click in that, and then I think I just hide the folders. So right now it disappears, and then I can bring it back when I want later. So it's a kind of convenient thing to organize the folder without deleting it. Go back to the next one, the Obsidian web clipper. So basically, it is not installed in your Obsidian, but installed on web browser. So what let's say like in here there is the plugin Obsidian. So maybe we can go to, let's say next for examples, and like that, and then you can just click this one, and then you can add it to the Obsidian, and now it's gonna save the website into your offline Obsidian, so that you go to the link right here and everything, and then it's basically to copy the content of the website to Obsidian and let you read it offline. Very, very convenient. Right, let's see, delete. Okay, let's say, what is the next things? Okay, the hidden folder I'm gonna show you later, and the paper importer I'm gonna show you later. Okay, so that basically the plugin that I found very important. And then now the next one is the folder structures. So I normally let's hide this one. Let's say I hide it. I usually just record 3 folders multiple times. The first one is access. So basically, sometimes people can call it drawer, or sometimes they call it medias or source. Basically, that's the folder that you're gonna save on your PDF, reading file, picture file in that one, so that you can read it later. And then another node called the literature node, that you're gonna take the note of each PDF file in here. So for example, I can go into whatever is a node in here, and then I click the link right here, so I go to the PDF file. I normally hide the PDF file folder because there's a lot of file in that. So I just hide it, and then whenever I want to read that, I just go to the node, and then I click, and then it shows me the PDF file. Okay. Okay, and then the work notes. The work note is something different with the literary notes. The work note is just something that you can jot down everything randomly during the day, from maybe for like a meeting, some cheat sheet, or some brainstorming. So basically any note that you don't related to literature. So I'm trying to keep it really simple, and only 3 folders in here. The wiki folder is the one that is created automatically by the Claude, so I will talk about in the next one. Okay, so we're done with Obsidian, and then the next one is the Claude. So in the Claude, from the terminal, like I showed you before, we type Claude. So I'm gonna bring you into the chat window right here. And then you, when you initial at the initial start, you're gonna type init, so that it's gonna create the folder wiki and the Claude files. So the Claude file MD is basically the markdown file that highlight the structure of your folders and kind of thing, and only everything kind of related to Claude. So just type init at the beginning. Then you want to install the couple plugins right here. So the first one is the Claude Obsidian. The more detail you can click the link right here, but to install it is very simple. You just copy this line, and then you go into the Obsidian, and you pass this and you enter it. Yeah, so that's one. Yeah, and then just the next one is just like Claude, Obsidian, and this one you're gonna install. So 2 command line. That's it. So you want to install the Claude Obsidian, and the next one is for the academic research. Do the same thing. Copy that. I already installed it, so I don't need to type it again. And then the last thing you want to do is to create your own skill. So what is the Claude skill? So when you initialize the Claude folders, you're gonna create with 2 folders. This folder is start with the dot at the beginning. So usually by default, the Obsidian gonna hide these folders from you. So you want to print it out, you need to use the plugin that I show here. It's called the hidden folders. But I want to command setting, and then just say go to the plugin of hidden folder access. So I turn it off. So but if you turn it off, you won't be able to see it. That's a default. Okay, you won't be able to see the clouds. But when you want to turn it on, you go here, you turn it on, hidden folder, and you get that one. All right. So normally you want to turn it off. Just in here, show you the structures. So in here there is a folder called the skills. So in here you want to create your own skills. So what is the hell is skill? Skill is basically the markdown file that's gives very long and detailed prompt that you want to ask. So instead of copy the whole thing here and put in one single prompt, you create a markdown file, and then you name it like inside the folder like a baby summary, for example. So there's the name summary. So this will give you instruction of how you gonna ask the paper summarize, ask the AI Claude summarize the paper for you. So this is usually the thing that you have to write your own by yourself. It depends on the measure you're working on. But usually you can copy a template like that, and so a summary requirement, how you need to be concise, technical accurate, clarity, things. So what I could change is basically how you want to try in the format that's useful for you. So this one I usually start with something like in 2 or 3 sentences summarize the main motivation of the solution. So like what will make it stand out and different repeat of words. So summary here section, and then this is the architecture of how I want it to rise, approach to the methods. So everything in here you need to write by yourself. It depends on kind of paper you want to read and kind of thing. So each person have different type of way of reference. Okay, so whenever you have that one in the skills, then when you go into the terminal, for example, you say type is summary, right? So summary is the name of the papers of the skills. The summaries, and I go to write paper skill right here. And the next one, I just type it let's say there's some paper that I haven't read. Okay, so this is the link to the PDF file, the note. I only have the header of this way. I copy from the paper title, which is the title, so abstract and the name. There's nothing inside here, only the link to the PDF files. So right now I'm gonna copy let's copy from BAM folders, and I say paper summarize, and I copy that, and then enter it, and they're gonna read the paper for me. So right now there's nothing in here, okay? And then you gotta do a couple seconds, maybe a minute long. Yeah, so it says I have the full papers. Okay. Yeah, so it's finishing writing. So it's just writing exactly the way that I want to write. It's the motivations, um, why the paper, what the problem the paper want to do, the kind of solutions, and then the really important thing for me is what make it stand out. So give me a 100 paper, what make this paper unique? So that's the way I want to add it. Okay, and you're gonna write down more and more. Okay. And I also can write the review for you, so you can do it. Uh, so maybe you can access now after you have the review. Um, so let's say I have something for example right here. Try to find. Okay. For action is the one, the node that I already taken. So maybe I'm gonna copy back. Say reviews. So whenever it's reviewing, it's gonna add the review into the wiki right here. So that's the review. So right now it's gonna review my paper. So for example, it's gonna, hey, this is the paper I reviews and overall assessment, and then I'm gonna give score depend on the criteria. Usually it play like so when you submit a paper to a conference or to journals, so people have to review it. So there's some criteria in here, and each criteria have some weight, and then each one will be the scores, maybe originalities, evidence sufficiencies, and the counting, and then they give you the final scores. So 7.6 and 10 is kind of good papers. So usually something like above 6 or 6 to 7 they can be accepted. Yeah, so it's basically play a role of the paper reviewers. You can read the review and say what is strong, what are weaknesses, and what is limited of the papers, and also kind of short summarize in here, and also compare with others paper with that in the same field that I put in the in the same structure folder. So to compare with all the papers. So the more I reviews, the more it added to his. And then after I review every paper, I can go back and ask, okay, I already update everything, and then can you have review it one more time? So I'm gonna save you a lot of time for reading. And then when you read the summary, you see, okay, this paper interesting. You can go down, and then you can ask the question. So let's say give me so the question you're gonna say in the folder questions. So let's say I want to have a study plan that I want to integrate different things into the improved methods. So it's gonna give you a plan. So it's suggestion the step I want to do. So research phase, so week 1, week 2, what should I start with? Maybe start with these papers. Try this one first, and then the second week try to integrate this one with this one, and then understand it more and move on and move on. So I think this one is a very convenient and easy way to have you organize your notes. All right, that's pretty much it. Thank you.